to sample her creations. Mrs. D'Souza was both excited and nervous. She carefully prepared a selection of her best juices for Mr. Harrison to taste. He sampled each one with great interest, taking notes and asking questions about the ingredients. After tasting the last juice, Mr. Harrison smiled and congratulated Mrs. D'Souza. He praised her for the quality of the juices and the warm atmosphere of the shop. He promised to write a glowing review in the local newspaper, which would surely attract more customers. Chapter 8. The Newspaper Review. A week later, Mrs. D'Souza's shop was featured in the local newspaper with a fantastic review. The article praised the fresh juices, the friendly service, and the unique charm of the shop. Business boomed, and Mrs. D'Souza was thrilled with the positive response. The review also mentioned Mango, the monkey, and how he had become an adorable part of the shop. Customers from all over Cyprus and beyond flocked to the beach to try Mrs. D'Souza's juices and see Mango. With the increased popularity, Mrs. D'Souza decided to expand the shop to accommodate more customers. She added a new seating area with colorful tables and chairs where people could enjoy their drinks while watching the ocean. Chapter 9. The Community Spirit. As her business grew, Mrs. D'Souza felt a strong sense of community. She organized regular beach cleanup events where customers and locals could join her in keeping the beach clean and beautiful. She also held special events for children, including juice-making workshops and storytelling sessions. The community appreciated Mrs. D'Souza's efforts and supported her shop with enthusiasm. The shop became a hub of positive energy, where people came not only for the delicious juices, but also for the sense of belonging and connection. Chapter 10. The Big Decision. With the success of her shop, Mrs. D'Souza faced a big decision. She had been offered a chance to open a second location in a neighboring town, which could help her reach even more customers. However, she was torn between expanding her business and maintaining the personal touch that made her shop special. After much contemplation, Mrs. D'Souza decided to stay true to her original vision. She chose to focus on making her current shop the best it could be, rather than expanding too quickly. She wanted to ensure that every customer received the same high level of care and attention. Chapter 11. The Celebration. To celebrate the success of her shop and the support of the community, Mrs. D'Souza organized a special event at the beach. The event featured live music, games, and, of course, plenty of fresh juices. Mango, the monkey, was the guest of honor, and he delighted the crowd with his playful antics. As the sun set and the event came to an end, Mrs. D'Souza felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had achieved her dream of opening a successful juice shop and had built a strong sense of community along the way. Chapter 12. A Heartfelt Message. In the closing moments of the event, Mrs. D'Souza took the stage to thank everyone for their support. She shared her journey, from the initial dream to the challenges and successes she had faced. She spoke about the importance of following one's passion and staying true to one's vision. Mrs. D'Souza's story resonated with many in the crowd. She encouraged others to pursue their dreams, no matter how daunting they might seem. Her message was clear. With determination, hard work, and a little help from friends and community, anything is possible. Epilogue. A Lasting Legacy. Years passed, and Mrs. D'Souza's Juice Haven continued to thrive. The shop remained a beloved spot for locals and tourists alike. Mrs. D'Souza's dedication to her craft and her commitment to the community made her shop a lasting success. Mango, the monkey, grew older, but continued to be a cherished part of the shop. The fresh juices and the welcoming atmosphere of Mrs. D'Souza's shop became a symbol of joy and perseverance. As Mrs. D'Souza looked back on her journey, she felt proud of what she had achieved. Her story was a testament to the power of following one's dreams and making a positive impact on the world. And so, the legacy of Mrs. D'Souza's Juice Haven lived on, inspiring others to chase their dreams and embrace the beauty of life's simple pleasures. The end.
John's late wedding with Jacqueline at Miami Beach. Chapter 1. The Unexpected Delay. It was a bright and sunny day at Miami Beach, the perfect setting for a wedding. Palm trees swayed gently in the breeze, and the ocean waves whispered secrets to the shore. The wedding venue was set up beautifully with white chairs, floral arches, and a pathway lined with rose petals leading to a picturesque altar. Everything was ready, except for one crucial detail. The groom, John, was nowhere to be found. John was supposed to arrive at the beach 2 hours before the ceremony. He was known for his punctuality and meticulous planning, making his absence even more alarming. His bride-to-be, Jacqueline, stood in her dressing room, a vision in white, with her long black hair cascading down her back. She tried to stay calm, but as minutes turned into hours, worry began to cloud her eyes. Chapter 2. The Mystery Unfolds. As the guests started to arrive, whispers spread through the crowd. Where was John? His best man, Robert, was frantic, trying to reach him on the phone. The last thing anyone wanted was to alarm Jacqueline, but the situation was becoming dire. Robert decided to take action. "Stay here and keep Jacqueline calm," Robert instructed John's younger brother, Leo. "I'm going to find him." Robert hopped into his car and sped towards John's house. Along the way, he couldn't help but replay their last conversation. John had seemed perfectly fine, excited even, about the big day. So what could have gone wrong? Chapter 3. A Clue. When Robert arrived at John's house, he noticed something odd. John's car was still in the driveway, but the front door was slightly ajar. Robert's heart raced as he pushed the door open and called out, "John, are you here?" There was no response. Robert stepped inside and immediately saw signs of a struggle. A table was overturned, and there were papers scattered everywhere. Amid the chaos, he found a crumpled note on the floor. It read, "If you want to see John again, come to the old warehouse at the edge of town. Come alone." Chapter 4. The Old Warehouse. Robert's mind raced. Who could have done this, and why? He had no choice but to follow the instructions. He quickly drove to the old warehouse, a dilapidated building that had been abandoned for years. It was the perfect place for something sinister to happen. As Robert approached the warehouse, he took a deep breath to steady his nerves. He pushed open the creaky door and stepped inside. The place was dimly lit, with shafts of sunlight filtering through broken windows. In the middle of the room, tied to a chair, was John. "Robert!" John exclaimed, relief flooding his face. "Are you okay?" Robert asked, rushing to untie his friend. "I'm fine, but we need to get out of here," John said urgently. "There's no time to explain. Let's go." Chapter 5. The Escape. Just as Robert finished untying John, they heard footsteps approaching. "Hurry," John whispered. The two friends slipped out the back door and ran towards Robert's car. They could hear their pursuers shouting behind them, but they didn't stop. They jumped into the car, and Robert floored the gas pedal. As they sped away, John finally had a moment to explain. "I was kidnapped this morning by someone who didn't want the wedding to happen. They left me at the warehouse, thinking no one would find me in time." "But why?" Robert asked, bewildered. "I think it has something to do with Jacqueline's past. She mentioned she had a jealous ex-boyfriend who couldn't let go. I didn't take it seriously at the time, but now." Chapter 6. Back to the beach. Robert drove as fast as he could back to the beach. They had already lost precious time, and John was determined not to let anything ruin their special day. When they finally arrived, they were met with gasps of surprise and relief from the guests. Jacqueline, who had been trying to stay composed, burst into tears when she saw John. "Where have you been?" she cried, running into his arms. "It's a long story," John said, holding her close. "But I'm here now, and that's all that matters." Chapter 7. The ceremony begins. Despite the rocky start, the wedding ceremony went ahead as planned. As John and Jacqueline stood before their family and friends, the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the beach. The officiant began the ceremony, and the couple exchanged their vows, promising to love and cherish each other through thick and thin. Chapter 8. The suspense continues. Just when everyone thought the drama was over, a figure appeared at the edge of the beach. It was Jacqueline's ex-boyfriend, Marcus. He looked disheveled and angry, clearly not over his feelings for Jacqueline. "You can't marry him," Marcus shouted, causing a stir among the guests. John stepped forward, shielding Jacqueline. "Leave us alone, Marcus. This is our wedding day." Marcus's eyes were wild. "I can't let you take her from me." Chapter 9. A twist of fate. Before things could escalate further, Marcus's mother appeared, pulling him back. "Marcus, stop this nonsense," she scolded. "It's time to move on." Marcus looked at his mother, then at Jacqueline. With a defeated sigh, he nodded. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "I just couldn't let go." As Marcus and his mother walked away, the tension in the air dissipated. The guests breathed a collective sigh of relief, and the wedding ceremony continued without further interruption. Chapter 10. Happily Ever After. With the drama behind them, John and Jacqueline finally had their moment of peace. They exchanged rings and sealed their vows with a kiss, to the cheers and applause of their loved ones. The reception was a joyous celebration, filled with laughter, dancing, and heartfelt toasts. The moral of the story. As the night came to a close, John and Jacqueline reflected on the day's events. Despite the challenges and unexpected twists, their love had triumphed. They realized that true love can withstand any obstacle, and that the support of friends and family is invaluable. Their wedding at Miami Beach would be remembered not just for the beautiful setting, but for the strength and resilience they showed in the face of adversity. And so, they began their new life together, grateful for the lessons learned and the love that bound them.
Me and my mum serve dinner at cold winter stormy night. Chapter 1. The Cold Winter Storm. My name is Robert, and I live with my stepmom Scarlett in Toronto. Scarlett is young and beautiful, with long black hair that flows like a midnight river. On a dark, cold, winter stormy night, we found ourselves tucked away in our cozy home. The wind howled outside, and the windows rattled as if trying to keep the storm at bay. Chapter 2. A Cozy Night. In. Despite the storm, we managed to finish all our work for the day. Scarlett and I were both exhausted, but our spirits were lifted by the comforting warmth of our home. Emily, our loyal maid, was busy in the kitchen preparing dinner. The aroma of her delicious cooking wafted through the air, making our mouths water. Chapter 3. Dinner is served. As the clock struck midnight, Emily called us to the dining room. The table was set beautifully with steaming dishes laid out, waiting to be savoured. Scarlett and I took our seats, ready to enjoy the meal. The storm outside only made the warmth of our home feel even more inviting. Chapter 4. A Knock at the Door. Just as we began to eat, there was a loud knock at the door. The sound was startling, cutting through the cozy atmosphere like a knife. We exchanged puzzled looks. Who could be visiting at this hour, especially in such a storm? Chapter 5. Unexpected Visitor. Scarlett stood up and made her way to the door. She opened it cautiously, revealing a figure shrouded in darkness and drenched from the rain. As the figure stepped into the light, we realized it was our neighbor, Mr. Thompson. He looked distressed and shivered from the cold.